It's Tuesday night, a little bit early, still 9:30ish. Sports Block with Riddock.
But it's supposed to be 9ish.
Sports Block with Riddock, powered by the Monarchy. A lot of terrible games. Well, actually, the ending for a lot of those games were good, but the outcomes I don't think are what people really thought was gonna happen. So, Chiefs Texans. Let's talk about it, because I know you got to be disappointed.
I ain't disappointed. I mean, I'm really not.
Overtime game with the absolute worst team in the league.
One, they get paid too, so they're gonna put some effort into what they're doing. Two, man, I don't even want to be making excuses or nothing, but Carl Sheffers has had it out for the Chiefs ever since him and Travis Kelce got into it back in like 2016 or 2017. So whenever Carl Sheffers is reffing a Chiefs game, the Chiefs are going to get called for an inordinate amount of penalties, and that's exactly what happened Sunday, because the Chiefs average like four or five penalties a game. They definitely got called for at least 10.
Yeah, double digits again.
10 or 12 on Sunday. And if you really watch the plays of what they were calling, it was bogus, because they weren't calling it the same on both sides. Because, hey, I'm a fan, and Malik is my guy, and I wasn't even mad the way he threw him down. But technically, that's supposed to be roughing the passer. Technically, I mean, I've seen other quarterbacks get thrown down like that, and they called roughing.
Right.
They didn't Sunday. But I also saw somebody turn around in front of someone, make a block, and them call illegal crackback block. So, bogusness is going to happen. Some cats is just jealous. And Sheffers is one of those cats. That's right.
And plus but the crews they're graded. So, like, if there's a way that the NFL can keep that crew from officiating any Chiefs games in the playoffs, is that something you think they can do? Or is that just something that the Chiefs are going to have to deal with? Because
Chiefs going to have to deal with it. Because I can almost guarantee you that Jeffers is going to get ref, probably, if not the first game the Chiefs play, if the Chiefs make it to the AFC Championship. Jeffers is going to be in one of those two games, or him and his crew.
Which one would you rather see him?
First one. Get it out the way. That way, if he was able to maneuver the Chiefs into an L, I wouldn't feel as bad. I would feel fucked off about it. I'm not gonna lie about that, because that's first round of the playoffs, and the Chiefs definitely have no business not getting through the first round of the playoffs. So I would feel pretty bad I fucked off about it, but I could feel better about that than I would having invested the extra couple of weeks into them getting to the AFC Championship game, and Jeffers and his crew show up, and I'm like, yeah, there's no way in hell Jeffers is going to let his crew allow the Chiefs to make it to a Super Bowl on his watch. If he has this much, if he has enough control, he's going to have way too, you know what I'm saying? His ego is, I can't remember the umpire's name in baseball, but he's the umpire in baseball that everybody hates, because he's always trying to make the game about watch him as opposed to the fucking game.
Itself,
yeah. And that, in my opinion, that's Jeffers when it comes to the Chiefs.
Yeah, because I don't think I've ever seen a game as far as the stats, like being so, just so on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Patrick Mahomes single-handedly outdid everything they did, almost double.
Yeah, by itself.
By himself. Yeah. We're not even talking about the yards Pacheco got or McKinnon got, or just Patrick Mahomes. And you mean to tell me they had to go to overtime?
Yeah.
Because it was 12 on 11. And that 12th was not the fans. It was the ref crew.
And I mean, even with the fumbles, it still shouldn't have been that close.
Oh no. But it is what it is. Chiefs still have to work on this turnover issue because I think it's like 9 or 10 games. It's either 9 or 10 games in a row straight where they've had fumbles, and can't play turnover ball or turn the ball over ball in the playoffs.
And plus, y'all's turnover differential
Oh,
was
it's terrible.
bottom three.
No, it's terrible.
I think they said it's the Colts and somebody else are the only other two teams in the league that have a worse turnover.
I think we're
differential.
-6 right now, -6 or -7, something like that.
But that says something about the defense too. I would say the defense not causing any turnovers, or at least not enough to.
Well, the
to
defense
counteract
is
with
causing turnovers. It's just that the offense is giving up more. You know, and you already and the defense, and I think to a degree that's why the offense is giving up turnovers too. Though is because sometimes it looks like Patrick is trying to do more than, not that he can, but that he should at the moment. You know, sometimes taking that check down and catching 7 yards, 10 yards is a much better maneuver than trying to haul it down the field for 40 at a chunk and turn it over. And live to fight another day. But I think he's also learning that, and we're seeing the progression of and the maturation of Patrick Mahomes when it comes to that, which is why he's got almost 4,500 passing yards right now. If it's not already 4,500,
It's definitely close to it.
it's close. If it's not already, because I know I think he just needs like 600 yards or 700 yards to break
Hit 5,000.
Drew Brees' record for all single season most yards. Because I think he's got to average like 260 yards for the next 3 games. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be much of a problem. I was listening to the radio on the way over here, and a guy was saying how he felt that Jalen Hurts was the MVP. And his co-host was saying, was asking him stuff like, well, Hurts is physically hurt this week coming up. So if he misses time and Patrick Mahomes has a good game against the Seahawks, does that sway your vote? And he's like, well, I guess it does kind of have to, because it's only 2 or 3 weeks left in the season.
Right.
And right now the best ability is availability. So if Hurts is missing games, and honestly, even if Hurts doesn't miss games, look, I love what Jalen Hurts has done this year. I'm glad to see that his game transferred from college to the pros. I'm glad to see him being successful. I'm glad they put the right weapons around him.
Y'all are welcome, Philly.
But I even with all he's done, and as well as the team has done, in having only lost 1 game, I still think Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. Jalen Hurts has a lot of rushing yards. And that's cool for a quarterback, in my opinion. Because I think he may have almost 1,000, if not 1,000 already. Shit. Let me see. Oh no, he has Is that this year? Oh, shit. He running his ass off. He's got 747 rushing yards so far this year.
And another almost 3,500 through the air. So
that's 4,200.
mm-hmm.
But let's look and see what old Patrick Mahomes got.
But yeah, the season that Hurts is having is almost like the one that Wentz was having before he went out.
Mm-hmm.
What was that in 17?
Yep.
And then Brady ended up winning the MVP that year.
Let's see here. Patrick has 313 rushing yards, but he also has 4,496 passing yards, so he's right at 4,500. Yeah, and it's still 3 games to go.
Mm.
He has more straight up passing yards than Jalen Hurts has total yards. And 35 passing touchdowns. Dude. And 3 rushing touchdowns this year.
But is Mahomes doing more for the Chiefs than Hurts is doing for the Eagles?
Yes. Yes.
Even with the Eagles having a better record.
Yeah, because the Eagles' defense is not to be played with. It's not. Let's not forget about that.
So you're saying they're that much better than the Chiefs' defense? That
I think that no, I don't think the Eagles' defense is that much better than the Chiefs' defense. The Eagles' defense just has better understanding of what they're doing, I think, and they have more. Not necessarily veteran players, but they're a little bit older. Chiefs have one of the youngest defenses in the league. You know what I'm saying? They have, I think, 2 people that have been in that have more than 4 years in the league right now, and that's
with Jones and Thornhill.
Jones, Thornhill, and Reed. Because I think this is Snead's 3rd year. Everybody else pretty much in the secondary is rookies.
Yeah.
This is Gay's 3rd year. This is Bolton's 2nd year.
Yep.
This is Chris Jones' 5th year. 5th or 6th year. 90 like his 3rd year. I mean, so they're super young on defense. I just think that the Eagles probably have add 2 or 3 years to every position, and so it just gives them that much more knowledge, and they've been together for a little while longer, and their style of defense also has played very well into what opposition does. The Chiefs' style of defense doesn't necessarily play very well into what opposition does a lot of time, or up until this year.
But the Chiefs' offense almost forces the other offenses to play a certain way against the defense.
Oh yeah. You got to keep up. So that's also why the Chiefs' defense a few years ago was built the way it was. Because it wasn't necessarily to stop you. It was to slow you down enough for the offense to build up a 14, 17, 21 point lead, which is going to force you to have to throw it, which is going to put us in our strong suit of we got a couple of people who can linebacker and a safety who can rush the passer. So we'll just blitz them, drop everybody else. And it was working until teams figured out, hey, we'll just run against them. And that was it.
So they figured it out?
Yeah.
That's the game plan going forward.
Well, but now, honestly, I don't know. I mean, I guess I guess kind of run up the gut is still the game plan. Run up the middle against the Chiefs. I don't know. That's because the secondary it's young, but it's solid. They make plays, and they're aggressive with their defense.
You think sometimes too aggressive?
I'm gonna say nah at this moment. I'll take some of those pass. Now this past Sunday, some of those pass interference calls was straight up bullshit. Because when they would go back and show the replay, you just see good defense, and you be like, "Come on, Carl Cheffers, where's pass interference on this? Where's illegal contact on this, Carl Cheffers? You didn't even call that pick play they just ran, but you're gonna call illegal contact on the other side of the field, Carl Cheffers." Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying his name too, because I want y'all to remember it, Carl Cheffers. He is definitely on the eat a dick list.
But with that being said, with him being the head ref that everybody knows, he's not making a lot of those calls.
Yeah,
especially in the defensive backfield.
But he's orchestrating that. How many times during Sunday's game did they have a flag on the field and then they just was like, yeah, wasn't no flag on the play. Dude, Carl Cheffers was basically telling these dudes, throw it and we'll figure it out afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Just throw the flag, we'll call something. I got your back.
Like if he didn't see it, I saw it.
Because, dude, in the average football game NFL game that I watch, they'll pick up one flag a game,
and that's maybe.
Where they be like, oh, our bad, wasn't no foul on the play. Cool, dude. That shit happened at least 7-8 times Sunday. At least 7-8, and that was when I started counting in the second half. And I'm like, damn, man, it's basically just throw the flag, we'll figure it out. Throw the flag, we got it. Hey, the flag, where'd the flag come from? Defensive judge. Ah, shit, that's going to be illegal contact. 5 yards, automatic first down. Man, that shit was terrible. I was heated. Fuck Carl Cheffers.
Yeah,
I'm not even just saying that because he's doing the Chiefs dirty. I mean, if he's doing us dirty, that means he's probably doing somebody else dirty. And
but
as a ref,
the stats actually prove that whenever he does call y'all, at least the last 3 times, there's been double-digit penalties, and the average as far as what he's calling against y'all and what he's calling against other teams is damn near half. So it's like the stats do prove that dude has some sort of vendetta against y'all.
You know what I'm saying? It might be subconscious and he may not even recognize it, which I would say is some bullshit. But yeah, Carl Cheffers is on one, and he should not be an NFL ref anymore. Because if he's doing that, I think he's willing to point shave. I think he's willing to, make calls to change the outcomes of games for the betting line. And as a person who doesn't bet and just enjoys the, spirit of the game and watching it, enjoying it, that all that the good shit, nah. If I want to watch something scripted, I'll watch wrestling. And I do watch wrestling.
But you know it's scripted.
But I know it's scripted. So I really don't even watch it. It just be on, and I'll be in the room cleaning up and shit.
Yeah, when those grades come out, like the NFL has to take a look at that at this point, because just with the way the stats looked,
and the dude that did the research on those stats, I don't know if he works for MGM Online. Or what's one of the other betting? I don't know if he works for one of those online betting casinos, or if he just if they were the ones that just published his article, or just found his work, found his tweet or whatever, and published it. But for somebody who has absolutely nothing to do. He's not a Chiefs fan to my knowledge or anything. He's just a statistician. For him to be able to bust that info out, yeah, man, yeah.
And that's one of those things where, I mean, it proved that can definitely affect the outcome of the game.
I don't care when they get beat. I don't care when they beat themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But god damn, the refs beating you? How you play against the refs?
And normally I give y'all shit. Because there's been a few games where Chiefs fans are like, man, the refs is on some bullshit. But this is one of those ones where it's like they were definitely on some bullshit.
And it was times I was trying to say stuff to be like, nah, it's not what I'm seeing with my own two eyes. Damn. Again, I mean, it was like back-to-back plays where it was
glaring, yeah.
Yeah, man. Carl Cheffers. Cheffers.
Well, I say, let's talk about my squad for a little bit.
Didn't y'all lose?
We did one for the fourth week in a row.
Who'd y'all lose to?
the former San Diego Chargers, now the LA Chargers. Had Herbert looking like a for all pro that last drive.
Oh, fucking pro.
Yeah, it was surgical the way he moved down the field on us. But yeah, at this point, because now we 7-7, the Jaguars are 6-8.
Yeah, so, Jags are on y'all's heads.
Yeah, they down one, plus they got the tiebreaker. So if it ends up being, you know what I'm saying, them either 8-9 or, you know what I'm saying, both of us 8-9 or 9-8.
It's gonna be them Jags.
They going to the playoffs. But you know who they would be playing the first round
though? Chiefs. Because they would definitely be no, they wouldn't be the 7th. They would play the
oh, that's right, because they would be the 4th.
They would be the 4th.
Yeah.
So they would play the
well, it would be the Bengals at this point, wouldn't it?
Nah, the Bengals are winning the North at the moment. Or are in the lead in the North right now.
Let's see, because 4th would play.
Let me see here. Let me go to the playoff view here. All right, so as of right now, it would be Chiefs, Dolphins, Cincy, Chargers, Tennessee, Baltimore. So Jags will be playing Baltimore. Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely got to get it together. But honestly, this is what...
Who need to get it together is the NFC South. Straight cheeks. And I ain't talking Mo Cheeks. But it is Mo Cheeks.
Yeah, definitely Mo
Ass cheeks.
Yeah. Man, but Brady's for real about to get into the playoffs with a losing record.
Dude, that is... and not just get into the playoffs with a losing record. Host a playoff game.
Host one.
With a losing record.
That's one thing the NFL does need to take a look at that.
Man, yeah, because...
And even if it's not a complete reseeding, it's just like, man, if you win your division, okay.
If you win your division, but you have a losing record, I think that you should be the number 7 seed.
Yeah.
You on the road. You gotta go somewhere because you shouldn't even be here.
Because I mean, winning either South at this point, you honestly don't deserve to make the playoffs.
I'll say that. Right now, I say that if the winner of the AFC South would deserve, because Titans are 7-7 and Jacksonville 6-8. So as long as they finish, I mean, because there's no more 500 football.
Right.
So as long if they finished 8-9-1, I wouldn't like it, but Okay. That shit happens every once in a while because it happened. I remember it happened with San Francisco a few years ago, and
Seattle one.
Yeah,
that was like 7-9 a few years
Yeah,
ago.
so okay, that shit happens. That's cool. But how the NFC South is right now, where the Tampa Bay is 6-8, and in the lead.
Yeah.
Oh hell no. Hell no, because it's a strong chance that Tampa Bay finishes 6-11.
Yeah.
Strong chance.
That's most definitely a possibility.
And could win the NFC South at 6-11.
Because Carolina's done.
Oh, Carolina's cheeks.
Let's say Atlanta, they starting Ritter now. That was like Mariota, you out
cheeks. New Orleans, cheeks. Yeah, man. It's yeah. Yeah. But how about them Cowboys?
Right. Say Jags took them down.
Hey. I don't know when the last time I rooted for the Jags was before Sunday. But I was rooting for the Jags Sunday. To quote Bomani Jones, or to paraphrase Bomani Jones, I smoked some Jags. It was cool.
Now let's talk about the absolute worst comeback in NFL history.
Hey. That second half of football by the Indianapolis Colts is how I know people throw games.
Hold on.
In my opinion, there is no fucking way the Minnesota Vikings should have been able to come back 30 points down.
33.
Or my bad, 33 points down and win in a half. I mean, yeah, they got down 33 points in a half. Okay, cool. But nah. Because whatever the Indianapolis Colts were doing in the first half of the game, they completely stopped fucking doing the second half of the game. Completely. I don't recall anybody getting injured.
No.
I don't recall anybody, I tweaked my hamstring and my arm, none of that. But the game plan completely changed. And I don't know if that was on Jeff Saturday. I don't know if that was on whoever the offensive coordinator is. I don't know if that was on whoever's calling the plays. But y'all fucked up. There is no other way to say that one. Y'all were up 33 points at the half.
And in any sport, that's too much.
Real talk, I was like, I wonder if they can get a skunk. Because there's dude, all they had to do was turn around and hand the fucking ball off 3 times and then punt if need be.
That's it.
And they didn't even have to do that because the Vikings wasn't stopping them when they was running the ball.
No.
So if they'd have turned around and do what? Matt Ryan, you have been the MVP of my fantasy team on several occasions. I have a respect for your record and skill that I have for few other quarterbacks. Call it a day, my dude.
You say it's a wrap for him?
Yeah, it's call it a day, man. I've been arguing for the past 4 years. Why Matt Ryan shouldn't. Why he should still be out here. I can't argue.
He can't go out like this though.
He's got to.
After this year, after what happened on Sunday,
he's got to.
He can't go out like that.
He has to.
It's not even a possibility.
It's what it's going to have to happen. Because
His pride won't let him do that.
It's too late. Because you've given up two of the largest leads in history.
Ever. In professional football.
Ever. 100 years of the sport. 100 plus years of the sport. Nobody had ever come back from 33 points down to win a game. Until Sunday. Or was that Saturday?
See, that was a Saturday game.
Saturday, yeah. Shaking my head at y'all. Indianapolis Colts. Jeff Saturday. Coaching squad.
Because I mean, you almost have to try to let somebody back into a game.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's how I know motherfuckers throw games, because they tanked that one.
Yeah,
that was a straight. I think they got up and was like, God damn, all right, shit, we up. We wasn't even. I didn't know we could do this.
But it's not like they put in the second string or shit like that. Like the starters was out there.
Some of them starters are second string.
Yeah, I really don't think Matt Ryan can. He can't retire after this year.
He's got to.
Like he can come back, at least get hurt next year.
There is nowhere that Matt Ryan could be a starting quarterback next year.
Indianapolis.
Now with the draft pick they gonna have, they definitely drafting a quarterback.
But they still gonna have like a mid. Like it's gonna be.
They don't give Jim
like
Irsay don't give a fuck. He's gonna put that mid quarterback. He's gonna put that mid round quarterback in that behind that raggedy ass offensive line and be like.
And that'll be what 8 years in a row they didn't have a new quarterback starting on game one.
Damn,
it's like 7 or 8, yeah.
Since Andrew Luck.
Nah, because remember all them years he was getting fucked up, and they was having to bring other people in
for the start of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like
I remember he was always hurt a lot, but I couldn't remember if he was start of the season. I guess he did miss a few starts of the season, didn't he? Damn.
Yeah, because I know this year was definitely like number 6, where they had it was the 6th different quarterback that started week 1 for them.
Yeah, man. Maybe Jim Irsay needs to sell the team.
Did you know that's never?
I know it's not happening.
that man is king.
Oh, and that's his daddy's team. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I know it ain't happening.
I don't say he get to do all the drugs and get away with it.
Man, allegedly Jim Irsay be on that shit.
It's not allegedly though.
That is real. He has been convicted.
Yeah, you can Google that. You can Google that.
Well, allegedly, Jim Irsay is probably still on that shit. Woo,
man, that good shit.
The great shit. That shit that nobody in this conversation would ever even have access to.
Never stepped on.
What stepped on? What is that? No, got my shit straight from Columbia. Guy named Hector.
Man.
Had me in Debo's pigeon coop. Then I drafted Reggie Wayne. Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, I was going to say Marvin Harrison. That's the one. Marvin Harrison coach with the straps. Like, yeah, we got this. We got this.
We got this, coach. Huh? Hold on, Marvin. Oh, speaking of straps, I know you heard about it. Chiefsaholic, the super fan.
Oh man, wolf face dude.
Apparently, for those that are unaware, Kansas City Chiefs super fan, Chiefsaholic, allegedly robbed a bank on the way to the Houston takeover this past weekend. In the Tulsa's Teachers Credit Union, I believe it was the facility. He walks in with his wolf mask on. Oh man, when I saw the picture of him at the counter with the tight shirt with the wolf suit.
It was one of them things.
He had the whole wolf suit on.
The whole shit. He had the whole shit on.
I was like, fuck is wrong with this dude? And he was apprehended 6 minutes later.
Like, what was the APB on that?
Nigga in a wolf suit.
Nigga in a wolf suit. Just robbed the bank.
Robbed us. Wolf suit? Yeah.
That's him. And he still had it on.
Still had it on when he got caught. Man. Still had it on. Whole thing. Even the man. Like, cops ain't gonna notice a motherfucking wolf driving down the street. Just, hey.
They should have pulled him over just cause.
Just cause. Hey, you can't see out them wolf eye holes.
Like, nigga, you did something.
What's wrong with you?
Like,
you
sit on the curb for a while. We gonna figure something out.
You smoke meth?
Man.
So allegedly, this was not his first rodeo robbing a bank. So allegedly, he's been arrested. Well, not allegedly, he's been arrested.
He's been arrested
like 4 different times for not always bank robbery, but suspicion of bank robbery a couple of times. Now, quick tangent: how the fuck do you get arrested for suspicion of bank robbery?
Well, see, he wasn't wearing the wolf suit, so
they caught him without the suit.
They caught him without the suit,
or just without the mask. He had the suit on. He didn't have the mask. He was like, "Nah, I don't know. I wear this to keep warm. It's cold out here."
But the steel frames are. I mean, that shit was priceless.
Oh.
And then they put the side by side with him at the game.
At the game with the I was like, it's him.
Like, it's him.
I mean, I don't know if it's him or not, to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, but I just figured, fuck it, you know, what other jackass is running around in a fucking wolf suit? I mean, the full suit. Oh, man. I want to know what kind of gun he used to rob the bank.
I mean, at that point, he might have just had his hand in a paper sack. It's like, fuck it, because, I mean, you walk in there with that bullshit on and they already surprised me. On some stick 'em up type shit.
Stick 'em up there. Oh, shit, son.
And nobody caught a copper, see?
Crime, see? We're gonna commit this caper, see? Gonna get this loot, see? It's the coppers.
Man.
6 minutes later.
6 minutes.
Oh shit. Oh man.
He didn't get to enjoy too much of that for too long.
So when I was listening to I think it might have been Pat McAfee or it was somebody yesterday, and when this kind of broke, and they started rattling off the list of banks they think this dude has robbed. Oh, it was more than like 2 or 3. It was like 9.
Oh, so he's a serial.
So he's so he's going, like, when he's on his way to another city for the road, he stops somewhere, rob the bank, go kick it at the game, give him come on back home.
Man with a pocket full of cash. Most people go sightseeing to check out new restaurants. This nigga's like, nah, we in this bank.
He's casing the joint. He went to the Bengals game because, you know, they may have to go to the Bengals game again in the playoffs. So we see the playoffs is when he goes.
Go hit him up. Man.
Oh, man. Oh.
Seriously, what makes somebody think of doing some shit like that knowing you're not going to get away with it?
Meth.
You think he's on a...
Probably. I'm sure he was on something. Drugs are definitely in play. because that's some very druggy shit. I mean, all the actions that he committed are very drugged up. He's
drug adjacent.
Man. Oh, no, not adjacent.
Own it.
Own it.
He's own it.
He's own it. Drug attached. Drug induced. Drug injected.
Man. Inhaled. Snorted.
Hey, I don't know. Okay. So, allegedly, or hypothetically, what drug was he on? I'm really thinking meth.
It almost would have to be.
Cause that's some very. I don't think he's on crack. Cause crackheads ain't robbing no banks. Period.
And at least they're not gonna drive 4 hours away to do that shit.
True. They gonna walk up the street.
Hit the bodegas.
Kick in on the check casher place. Be like, it's a motherfucking robbery.
I'd be like, Jerome, we know that shoe. This ain't no
This
Jerome.
ain't Jerome, bitch. It's Jeremy. Put the money in the bag. Nigga, you got a plastic fork.
It's like, we can see you. You didn't even put your hand in your pocket.
What's wrong with you, dog? Oh.
Man.
Oh, man. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Sunday, we was watching the game, and Quarter was, of course, going ham on 57. I mean,
what else is new?
I mean, nothing new. So, something happened on defense. And it was something I can't remember what it was. Something fucked up happened. And Quarter was like, damn, who was that? I said 57. And he was like, man, you know what? Hold on, man, he don't play defense. I said, I thought everything was his fault. He was like, no, I ain't gonna blame the defense on him, just the offense. Hey, man, 57 was standing there. Hey, he was having, I mean, he had some pressures, but I'll give it to the Texans. They was coming at the Chiefs. They were not afraid to blitz, to bring 5, to bring 6, bring 7, bring the house. Fuck it, the house was brought a few times. Shout out to number 96, Malik Collins. Hell of a game, Malik. He's from Kansas City. Played at Center High School. Went to the University of Nebraska. Excuse me.
Shout out to the Huskers.
And Huskers can eat a dick.
One of my favorite squads back in the day.
I like Tommy Davidson or Tommy Frazier.
I'll say the kick still hurts though.
But was it Tommy Frazier that had the blood clots? No, it was dude after Tommy Frazier. I can't remember his name.
No, I thought that was
or was that Tommy Frazier?
Yeah, it was.
It was? Okay, yeah. Tommy Frazier was cold.
Yeah.
And them, I really felt sad for him that the blood clots stopped him from being able to play, because I really wanted to see what position they were going to put him at in the NFL first and foremost. Because
safety.
I was thinking probably safety or wide out, maybe even running back, because you know how they like to put black folks at running back. All right, nigga.
He wasn't that big though.
He wasn't, but he'd have been a little. Swing pass, scat back, punt return, kick return. Yeah. But I wouldn't have put him in an actual quarterback position because Tommy Frazier couldn't throw.
No.
His arm was not the most solid. But if you needed somebody to run that option, woo-wee.
Man, I'm surprised more college teams don't bring that back. Just that style, because you would, like, if you for real recruited, like cats who would play that, you would kill right now.
Oh, look at Navy. Navy runs that triple option, and since people don't see it consistently, it's hard to stop.
Because Georgia, I think Georgia Tech was the last team that really fucked with it. Like as far as Power 5 goes.
Yeah. Yeah, that triple option is a. Whew. And then you add passes into it too. Ooh, man. That's a gunner for your life. Oh, shit. Oh, what's up, Jennison? How you doing? Dude, Chiefsaholic. Chief super fan. Out here allegedly robbing banks, but got caught up. So I don't know if I have to say allegedly or not, but I'm gonna keep saying allegedly. Just you know,
he on camera in 4K. They caught him in 4K. He's
oh man, dude, just Google Chiefsaholic bank robber. I'm pretty sure that'll get you the picture you need. No, I've yet to see a picture of this dude's actual face. I wonder if they took the mug shot in the mask. He was like, "Hey, this how I'm known, cuz." Fuck it, I'll allow it. Take the pic.
Let's get a profile of him.
Oh man, I wonder if he has an ID that says Chiefsaholic. Cause see, I'd give them that. They'd never get my government.
Man.
Like, nah, Chiefsaholic robbed this motherfucker. It wasn't. It wasn't Ray Myers.
And then they'd be like, both of y'all going to jail.
Like, what?
He's like, we giving both of y'all sentences in.
I'm like, call Ray. Yeah, it wasn't him. It was me. He didn't do it.
Catch me if you can.
Man. Oh, dude. Kansas City's wild, man. Kansas City is wild. But, I think I'd rather have my super fan robbing banks than robbing, other fans.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to everybody that did go down to Houston. Man, they say there wasn't no bullshit, no fights.
Yeah, how's that work? Oh, y'all went down to Houston and didn't take no Kansas City violence with you?
At all.
At all?
But it wasn't none here either. So everybody who left.
Which makes me question, did all the violence go to Houston and just be cool? Because it's like, wait, we in Houston, we better act right. You know what I'm saying?
Because there was really no crime in KC over the weekend.
I don't recall anybody getting shot.
Man.
Or, some people got shot at. But this is Kansas City.
Right.
That happens every day, B.
Probably happening right now.
It definitely is happening right now. Because it is 10 o'clock, a few days before Christmas. Yes. Matter of fact, somebody probably did get shot. Let's just keep it all the way funky. As we speak, someone is probably shot.
Testing out their Christmas present.
Possibly. Or someone tested out their Christmas present on them. But at Truman on Hospital Hill right now, there is one gunshot victim. I can guarantee that. Dude, there's a fucking live shooter at the fucking War Parkway.
I saw that shit. That's the second time in, a decade?
Like 5? I feel like it's like 5 years.
Man.
Like 5 or 6 years ago, last time. Man. Now, I think last I heard they did arrest him and no one was hit or no one was shot. So that's, thankfully. Man, it's getting to a point where you can't even just run to the mall. So I still need to run to the mall to get a couple Christmas presents for the nieces and nephews. Fuck you, grown folk.
And I'm saying that.
Sorry.
Target just like that shit don't even sound right. I can see if they say Walmart or.
Oh, Target sound right because.
It's like, let's go over to Trader Joe's.
Right. Slide over to get some of that $2 chuck.
Man.
But I can't get my 1.5-year-old niece $2 chuck. I wouldn't be a good uncle. I would be, probably hilarious to see her after she drank it. But, see, now I'm out here making drunk jokes about getting babies drunk. See, I'm just not a good person, y'all. Last week it was Russell Wilson's not. This week is drunk babies. It's you never know what you're gonna get.
That's the name of the episode, Drunk Babies.
Just never know what you're gonna get. Speaking of never knowing what you're gonna get, I don't know when the video first popped up or whatever, but it's been making the rounds again. I know I've seen it at least a month ago, but it's making the rounds again, and I've shared it on my Facebook page today of Magic Johnson and Isaiah
Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas, I guess reconciling or something. I'm not sure. Before I go any further, let me preface everything by saying, yeah, that's a beautiful thing. I'm glad to see, two elders be able to put whatever it was aside and come back together to form a friendship and bond, or rekindle a friendship and bond that they had. With that being said, I don't think I'm the one, bro. Let's go from Isaiah's POV. Magic, my dude, you pretty much left me hanging. I mean, like, really did leave me. We were supposed to be boys.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you ain't even put a word in for me to get on the Olympic squad.
Cause the Dream Team, that was a glaring omission. Like to this day, Christian Leitner
for Isaiah Thomas.
I could have seen if it was Shaq.
I could even, and that's what I kept saying even back then. I was like, man, not even Shaq for. I was like, damn, no Isaiah Thomas. Damn, I said this ain't right. That ain't right. There's no way in hell Isaiah Thomas should not have been on that fucking first Dream Team.
Well, let me ask you this though: is everything that happened with the Bad Boys, like, could that really have been everything, or do you think it was deeper than that?
For Jordan,
for everybody, because I mean the Pistons, they was beating up on Bird, they was beating up on Jordan,
but that was
beating up on Magic. Like,
that was the style of basketball back then.
But they took that shit to a whole nother.
I mean,
level.
they were excessive, but shit. Wasn't that Bill Laimbeer that Kareem hauled off and just chopped it or stole on in the throat in the middle of the game, and the ref didn't say shit?
He deserved it. They called a timeout afterwards.
I mean, shit. I mean, as much as the Bad Boy Pistons doled it out, they did take it. And when they got clocked, shit, they ain't cry about it, because that was like, shit.
But they did so much shit and got away with it, they couldn't have cried about it. Like,
exactly.
They played dirty.
Oh, they was not clean. But that was all. But once again, though, that was also the style of ball that was played back then in the late 70s, 80s, and 90s. More so, I think the 90s, the early mid 90s. Because Cass was you couldn't go through the lane without at least getting fouled.
Yeah, you felt it.
You are at least getting that. You might get clotheslined. You might get bridged. You might get caught and body slammed. Charles Oakley didn't care. Same foul either way.
You get 6 of them.
I got 6 of them to give. And each one is going to get progressively harder. That's why I laugh when people say that LeBron wouldn't have been able to play in the 90s and 80s and 90s. I'm like, why wouldn't he? LeBron is he's as big as the power forwards and centers were then.
That nigga is what's his name? Karl Malone size.
Right.
Like, he's literally Karl Malone size.
Right. And can dribble and shoot. Now he wouldn't have been. I don't believe he'd play the same style of game that he plays now. He would definitely play more of a. Probably, I believe he'd play more of a low post. But I don't think he'd always play back to the basket. I think he definitely play. He would
face up.
He could face up because I mean shit he could face up, and I think that would be his advantage because he's got great feet, and he don't need much space to. I know Quarter hate hearing that because Quarter hates LeBron James. I don't know why. But
more than 57 or about the about the same. Damn.
No, more than 57.
Oh well, shit. I didn't think that was possible.
We had a discussion a few years ago at his at his infamous dining room table, and the discussion was everyone was kind of naming off their top 10 players, maybe top 20, depending. Everyone had LeBron James at least, and there were people who weren't fans of him. And let me also state this before I go any further. I'm not really a LeBron James fan. But I would take him over Michael Jordan if I was starting a franchise. And I do mean that because LeBron makes everyone around him better. Mike didn't do that. LeBron took a squad of literal bums to the NBA championship.
Couple of times. Because that
not the same bums either.
Yeah, because that was the was it 08 when they played
with Ilgauskas and
Ilgauskas
was not a bum, by the way. Ilgauskas was cold.
I wouldn't call.
I wouldn't say cold, but Ilgauskas was solid.
Yeah, for his size.
For what he was, he was solid. Delonte West,
like
Ilgauskas, Terry Hughes,
Boobie Gibson.
Right. Yeah.
That ain't the squad.
That's not the squad that's supposed to be winning the East. And lo and behold, they did. So when we got the quarters list, he says his list, and everybody kind of looks, and a couple cats look at me, and so I said, okay, I guess I got to be the one to ask. No LeBron James? Man, LeBron James wouldn't even make my top 100.
Now, I have heard him say that before. Thinking it was a joke, but that nigga was dead serious.
Oh, he's dead serious. It's real. It's not a joke. Not a game. It's real. Because he listed 100 people.
And LBJ was not on the list.
All due respect to Spud Webb, because you were an amazing player. Ain't no way in hell you on my list before LeBron James. Unless we talking people under 5'8".
Yeah, because it was a couple cats on there. I was just like, nah, he don't really believe that. But he really believes
Reggie Theus. Manute Bol.
I think he had Muggsy on there, did he?
Oh, Muggsy Bogues is on there. Muggsy and Spud. And they had Lisa Leslie on the list. They had Sue Bird on the list. I was like, hey, man, they ain't even dudes, man. What the fuck, bro? Hey, man, I wonder if he's still. I'm gonna have to text him tomorrow and find out hit him up and see if he still has the list. But I'm telling you, man, if you just name a random Deadlift Shrimp, was on the list.
Not LeBron.
And the list became eventually. We started just calling it the 100 better than LeBron, and I was like, this has got. What's the whole boy that used to play for? Was Bob Cousy? Bob Cousy was on the list,
Man.
Just because he had played with him on NBA 2K. On one of the all-time squads. I said, what?
I mean, it's almost just like at that point, it was like, come on, Quarter.
Oh, man.
Anybody who played, with the exception of maybe Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain, before like 70, I don't think should be on anybody's top anything list. But yeah, the 100 players better than LeBron.
Yeah, it's he even had John Stockton, Mitch Richmond. I like Mitch Richmond.
He was nice.
You know what I'm saying? I watched him when he was at K-State. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with Mitch Richmond. Ain't no way in hell he should be on this list ahead of LeBron James.
And I mean, you can make the argument that John Stockton is a top 10 player, but I'm not putting him over LeBron.
I'm not even gonna make the argument that he's a top 10 player.
As the all-time leader in assists and steals, like you got to give him something.
He's a top 20 player, but I need man, and I hate to sound like this because it sounds like because I don't want to diminish what he did, because what he did was amazing with the assists. But I think if you were in that offense, anybody could have done that because that was the offense. How many points did you score, my dude?
Yeah.
Y'all, if John Stockton could have scored points a little more consistently, they would have beat the Bulls in one of those finals. The Jazz should have beat the Bulls in one of those finals.
Yeah.
Aside from Jordan pushing off on Byron Russell, and yeah, I don't care what anybody says. He pushed that dude off.
Yeah.
But he didn't get.
We've all seen the video, but it's the Jordan rules, though. It's the Jordan rules.
Yeah. Not a fan. To this day.
So I'll say, if you're not a LBJ fan, not a MJ fan, then who would be your number one all time then?
Oh, I think the greatest of all time is Kareem. Because the game is to put the ball in the hole. And ain't nobody, in the basket. Because Wilt was putting it in the hole too.
Most definitely.
But I think Kareem played hell of a defense. Kareem had an unstoppable move. And he used that maneuver to span 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 4 decades of basketball. Should he have retired 4, 5, 6, 7 years before he did?
Most definitely.
Probably. But who am I to tell Kareem, hey, stop sky hooking on these fools? Because it was still working.
Right.
I just think that he is the greatest. And if it weren't Kareem, then it would be Magic, in my opinion. Have to do, don't really have to play the what if with Magic's career too much, because he caught the HIV towards the end anyway, so he probably didn't have, too many more years on the court that we lost.
I don't know, because the way Magic played.
I mean, he did play a smooth game.
Yeah. I think Magic could have gave us another at his peak because they went to the finals. What 91? I think
91. Mm-hmm.
And then he made the announcement that what was it the next year or was it that year?
Next season?
So I think another good 4.
Hold on, I don't even know if it was that next. Let's see. Yeah, because that was I remember the day. I don't remember the exact date. I remember me and my moms were going to Harold Penner's to give me a couple of suits for my for Inroads, or not Penner's. We might have been going to J-Ritoc. I just remember we were going to get some suits, and I was driving, and I just happened to sneak some KPRS in on her, but it was a news break, and they were like, yeah, today's news, Magic Johnson had a press conference, and then they played the, I have HIV, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, fuck. And my mom was like, oh. Turns the radio off, was like, so are you having sex?
Had to have that talk.
Oh, look, we're at the store.
Time to get measured.
Man. Don't think I forgot. Yeah, so I don't know. Magic could have played another 5-6 years probably, because he just played a smooth game. He didn't. He was one of the few people in that ruffian era of basketball that I never really saw take hits. And it wasn't because they didn't foul. They wasn't fouling Magic. Now toward the end, it might be a computer.
Let Malone tell it. I ain't guarding that dude. What if he sweats on me?
What if he sweats on? He's gonna sweat on you, Carl. It's basketball. I mean, it's. Yeah, but see, I've never liked Karl Malone as a person.
And shit, everything that it came out about, dude, and we don't have to say allegedly, because he had a 12-year-old pregnant,
13 or 14.
Hey,
not much better.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Not any better.
As a grown ass man,
he should have been in jail.
The mailman.
I ain't even gonna go there. We'll talk about that one after. But yeah, I'm just not equipped with that level of forgiveness. Because are you really, I can't say if you're really apologetic for what you did or for your action or whatever, but for me it felt kind of more like doing it for the cameras. I don't know, because y'all 30 years, man, both of you niggas is NBA greats. Y'all ain't never been in the same room. Y'all ain't had a chance to hash this out before, you know what I'm saying? Pull one of y'all pull the other one to the side away from, I don't know, man. I
don't say like the Hall of Fame ceremony, something. They had to have been to multiple.
Right. Some Kobe's funeral, some or his memorial, some. I mean, and then I don't like how the NBA kind of shunned Isaiah. You know what I'm saying? They kind of made him feel compass non gratis. In my opinion, I don't like that. But I'm also, like I say, I tell you a lot of time, I'm petty. I'm petty, and I need a therapist. Because if we sitting across from each other and you done waited 30 years to, make amends, and I'm cool, bro. I'm just cool, man. I don't trust you to not do it again. And I don't trust myself to not let you. So I appreciate it. you can consider the slate clean if you know what I'm saying. Your conscience clear.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still not fucking with you, dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 30 years, man. I'm cool. I got my own shit going. You got your shit going.
Mm-hmm.
I seen you from over there. You can see me from over here. We good. If you want to come over, no, you always welcome. I may slide through there from time to, but nah, we not finna be buddy hanging out.
But do you think I mean, because basically what they did for the cameras is like we know why they did it, but do you think it's going to go further? Like, do you think they can ever get back, at least them two, get back to where they were? Because they really were close back in the day.
Dude, they were super tight. Which is why I'm also like, I couldn't do it. Dude, we were super tight. It wasn't shit that you couldn't have told me or said to me, you know what I'm saying, that I wouldn't have been like, oh, okay. It might have, stung for a minute, but you my dude. If my dude can't tell me nothing, who can tell me something?
But what if he did though? What if that's the thing? What if Magic, like back in the day, was like, hey man, that was fucked up what we did.
Well, who did?
With like keeping him out of the Olympics.
Oh, if Magic said that. Oh, if Magic came and said that to him and it was apology. Hey, like I said, accept the apology. Let Magic be able to feel like his conscience is clear. Me personally, I probably would have let it all go a while ago. I would be jokingly petty about it because there would still be a very small part of me that's like, damn. Now the Olympic shun, I probably would hold on to.
And that's my thing. Because I honestly think Magic was like, hey man, that was Michael, right?
Oh. I mean, everybody knows it was Michael. But the fact that, okay, but nigga, you Magic.
And now at the time though, like Mike.
It was like Mike. Yeah, it's real. But and Mike was like, if y'all have him, I ain't playing. And I'm like, come on, man.
Who you gonna pick though at that point?
Oh, me? I'm gonna take Isaiah.
I'm gonna have to give you major pushback on that.
Hey,
Isaiah Thomas and
I wholeheartedly understand
over 92 MJ.
I wholeheartedly understand, but I'm all you gotta understand who I am. I believe that Slick Rick should have gotten to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before Jay-Z. Simply because without Slick Rick, there is no Jay-Z. Right. And you're going to put Slick Rick in. So, I believe that there's an order to certain shit. And I believe Isaiah, without Isaiah, I ain't going to say there's no Jordan, but to a degree, there's no Jordan. Because Isaiah was on the Pistons with the Jordan rules.
Yeah.
And Isaiah never fucked up Michael Jordan, but his teammates sure did. But I'm also not a fan. I'm also not a Michael Jordan fan. I've never hidden the fact that I'm not a Michael Jordan fan. Even when he was at North Carolina, it was about James Worthy and Sam Perkins to me. Not Michael Jordan. Don't get me wrong, he was nice.
Right.
And that's the other thing. People always act like I'm shitting on his game. No, his game is nice. He's cold. I'm not saying he wasn't one of the greatest to ever play the goddamn game. I didn't fuck with him. And that don't mean nothing. Who am I?
Because I'll say it's billions that do.
Right. But I don't fuck with him all the way around. Like, I don't buy no Jordans. I don't watch Jordan. I don't listen. Ask Quarter. He'll get to talking to you. I'll be like, ask people if you meet some of the people I went to high school with when Jordan was popping, or I mean, you know, like super pop. I ain't never wear no Jordan, and it wasn't because niggas was getting robbed for them, because. If need be, shit, I was smart. I wasn't stupid.
I'll say half my shoe collection Jordan. So.
Now there are a few pairs that I would get if I came across them and they were the right price. But I'm not looking to get them for real, because I could probably look it up right now and get them for like $250, $300.
Yeah.
I ain't finna pay $300 for no goddamn Jordans.
Yeah, and I say the resale market right now is ridiculous on everything.
See, I wear a 14.
Well, so shit, you ain't even got to worry about resale then. I was gonna say, if you find them at the find the one pair they sent to the stores.
Oh, I can't catch that because, you know, cats be in line. Cats be doing lotteries and shit. I just be showing up like, hey, what y'all got? I don't even ask to see a shoe in 14. I just ask them what do they have in 14.
Yeah, cause I was like, when I was in Foot Locker, we didn't have shit.
Oh, to this day. Oh, I've become the grand master of just ordering straight from the company online, because I'm not gonna find. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can go to like. I almost gave y'all some names, but I ain't finna do that because these are my emergency spots. But I got a couple spots I can go to, you know what I'm saying? And I can get me some 14s, and they gonna be all right. They gonna be all right. But Foot Locker,
they be backdooring.
Nah, Champs, nah. Now I can get some shit Foot Locker and Champs online. You know what I'm saying? Because that's pulling from all over the country.
Right.
So it's some, you know, Missoula, Montana, motherfuckers might not wear no 14s. So, you know, them New Balances is going to be chilling right there waiting on your boy. But in Kansas City, showing up to Oak Park Mall on a Saturday afternoon, thinking I'm finna get anything decent in a 14.
Get you a pair of Cortez.
They don't even have them in 14. Hey, you see those new Cortez? Yeah, you saw them. You posted them.
Yeah.
Man, I want them.
The sock eyes, yeah.
Yeah, those.
Right.
Oh man, because when I didn't even know, I didn't even read it to see that they were Cortez. I just looked at it. I was like, ooh, them like space age Cortez. I want them. Gangster.
Saying they
had to
go
go
hella quick.
Hit up Chiefsaholic for a loan.
Well, shit, you know he got it.
I know he got it. He got money buried off in holes somewhere. Oh,
some hot hundreds.
That's what he do when he finish robbing the bank. He go out and howl.
That's probably how they called him.
6 minutes
6
later.
minutes later, they was like, hey, what's that noise? Just follow that.
Is he over there pissing? And howling? What the fuck is going on, man? It's the third one today.
That's you can't even make that shit up though. Like if somebody tried to pitch that in Hollywood as a movie, they just like, nah, like nigga, you wild. Like, this worse than cocaine.
Are you for real? Are you for real? This ain't even Cocaine Bear, big dog. You over here trying to hit us with a hot one.
Man.
You over here lying to us.
Wow, so let's the playoffs were finally starting. I missed out on them. So for fantasy, it is the top four. So that's you, Quarter, James, and Rock.
So is that this week?
Yep.
Because I sure lost last week.
Yeah,
I got stomped. I got stomped out, y'all.
Yeah, I threw that. I threw almost 150 up on you.
I left. I didn't really leave a gang of points on the bench because.
No, you did.
No, not really, because I would just swapped out Dak for his 25 for Josh Allen for his 35. So that just would have been 10
points. They had like 35.
My other quarterback, Kirk Cousins.
Okay,
Yeah, and I'm never starting Kirk Cousins, y'all. You know that, because come on, man, I'm not starting Kirk Cousins. Man. I don't give a fuck if you coming back and through that game, y'all. Through that fucking game, y'all. I'm just saying. Jeff Saturday, I love you, man. I respect you. We don't even agree on much politically or nothing, but you're a good dude. I think you pulled the plug on that game, big dog. I don't like it. But I forgive you.
Going down in history, though. Man. That's not the history you want attached to your resume. Because that's forever. Yeah, I was going to say, I guess it's almost a good thing I didn't make the playoffs because I don't think Hurts is going to be, he's not going to be playing. Chris Olave, if dude makes it 3 years in the league, I'm going to be really surprised. Because they really be out there knocking dudes' head off. And it's just like with the way the rules are going, like you would think that they would call some penalties on dude. But it may just be a hatred for Ohio State.
Dude, I'm just sitting here thinking about it. It's just dawned on me. Are the Chiefs super fans like the Legion of Doom or something? Are they like evil villainous group of cats? Cause think about it. What's X Factor? Mm-hmm. He's a fucking cokehead alcoholic that got caught up. Was it beating his wife or something? Yeah. Now he's banned from the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
The other
dude, shit was happening last year, didn't it?
Yeah. One dude like 2 or 3 years ago was like a murderer or killer or something. Mm-hmm. Another dude was like a credit fraud dude or some shit. Hey man, what the fuck, yo? What's
Where the Avengers at? Shit.
Oh man, who's gonna help us?
The NFL Avengers.
Cause this ain't right. This ain't right at all. Man. Oh, there we go.
So yeah, when the playoffs start this week, you going up against, let's see. Oh shit, actually yeah, you and James, the 1-4 matchup. Hey shit, I think he done lost like four in a row?
Damn, has he?
So yeah, it's not looking good. Cause shit, he was number one for a while. At like 8, maybe like 8-3.
Yeah, and then I slid back in.
Yeah, he done dropped to 8-7.
Yeah, I'm 9-6. I think. Yeah, that sounds right.
Hey, yeah, they got you. You ranked number one because you got more points.
Keep them points. Yeah.
And then in the pro football pick'em, and I didn't pick my first three matches this week. Cause I was on it, but you still in the league there with 133 points. Let's see, I'm at number 2 now with 129. Rockwell at 120, and then let's see, Valley Juice Legends at 95, bringing up the rear.
Mm. Yeah, there we go. All right, let me see if I can.
And then shit in sad news. I know we talk a lot of shit about the Denver Broncos on here, but Denver Broncos running back Ronnie Hillman is in hospice
Oh
with
damn!
liver cancer.
Oh man,
So I say prayers up for dude.
these ain't. Sorry to hear that. That's all right. Before we go, boom. That's how it went down, people. That's how my man stepped into the bank, credit unions across the country and said, "Stick 'em up." Oh, it's a robbery.
From KC.
KC, the Wolf of Wolf. Another nefarious member of the Kansas City Superfans. Mm. Damn. So we gonna find out. You know what? Let here. You got anything else? Cause I gotta say this, but I can't say it on air.
I was gonna run down games of the week right quick.
Okay. Cause I was gonna drop a hot one that would have got us in trouble. Whew.
So yeah, actually this Thursday night game is probably not gonna be too bad because that's gonna have some playoff implications. Jaguars at Jets. Pretty much whoever wins that game, if it's the Jaguars, then they'll be a half a game back for the lead in the South. And if the Jets win, then that'll put them in better playoff contention. Let's see.
I think this Texans Titans game is super important.
Man. And
Because
sadly enough, this may be one of those games where we take a L just cause.
Because the Titans right now are playing ball, or not Titan, but the Texans are really, because they played the Cowboys tight, they played Chiefs tight. Hey, they might beat y'all. I don't know if y'all got the intestinal fortitude to.
They're not gonna have the help of the refs though.
Well, in our case, nah. But in y'all's case, you know, it's just gonna be a fair ass whooping. Oh shit! What up, Rockwell?
Now, one game we didn't talk about, at least the ending, Raiders Patriots. Possibly one of the most ridiculous endings of an NFL game at least that I've ever seen.
He got mushed. Let's get off me. That was
couldn't have been planned.
I was only upset that it helped the Raiders win. Because, you know, they can always lose.
I don't say the Raiders coming on though.
Coming on to what?
I don't say things work out. They keep on winning. and mess around, see y'all. They get that 7th seed, see y'all first round.
And then they gonna get, and then you know what's gonna happen? The same thing that happens 90% of the time for the past 14 years. They gonna get that monkey ass whooped. Fucking Raiders, man. Raiders got better. Raiders probably got better chances of Chiefs Aholic getting out of that case. Chiefs Aholic is
It's a wrap.
Oh shit. Let me see. I was looking at the games of the week, games, and then I got distracted again. Giants Vikings is somewhat intriguing because both of them need it.
I say the Giants way more than the Vikings, though.
I think Vikings way more than the Giants.
No, why you say that?
From a morale standpoint. Yeah, y'all just did complete the biggest comeback ever. But y'all had to complete the biggest comeback ever. Y'all got down 33 at the half and had to score 36 when it was all said and done to win. So, you know, maybe a little bit of jittery in there.
Because that would prove to the squad that they can pretty much do anything at that point. It's like it's no lead that's insurmountable.
Justin Jefferson is not to be toyed with. And I don't know if the Giants have what is necessary to slow him down, let alone stop him.
Well, I mean, at this point, nobody's proven that they can do that, though. So it's not just the Giants. Because if Kurt is doing what he's supposed to be doing, like, there's no way that you should be able to stop Justin Jefferson.
Rock says he still hasn't seen the Raider play. Oh, you're going to have to Google that one because, you know, we don't have any rights. I can show you all these pictures of Chiefsaholic dressed up as a bank robber. That's
no replays.
No
replays.
It'd be dope if I had some Chiefsaholic footage coming in, him robbing the bank. He just kick in. Dude, I just can't get over this. Oh man.
Yeah, so Eagles Cowboys, that's probably, looking at the rest of these games, that's probably gonna be my game of the week.
It's probably the most important.
No, because Giants Vikings is still probably the most important. Like, as far as playoff seedings go and everything that's on the line right now.
Well, I mean, Giants, Vikings, and Chiefs, Seahawks, in my opinion, have the same amount of urgency. Because, like, the Chiefs are in. And I think the Vikings are in. But it's just a matter of positioning now. The Seahawks and the Giants are both still kind of on the outside looking in, I think.
And I think the Eagles got the number one wrapped up in the NFC though.
Did they? Not yet. Yeah, not yet. I think. But they do have
they don't have the tiebreaker with the Vikings.
The Eagles are 13-1, and the Vikings are 11-3. so they don't have the number 1 seed sewn up yet, but they do have a playoff spot secured. Same way Dallas has a playoff spot, and they're not even leading the NFC East. So Minnesota has clinched the NFC North. San Fran clinched the NFC West. And then here bringing up Butt Cheeks Lane
in the South.
In the South, it's Tampa Bay. Oh, Rockwell says he just saw it. OMG. yeah. It was some old school football kinda.
And this is crazy because in the South, you got the Bucks are really leading by a game, and the other 3 teams are all sitting at 5-9 with 3 games to go. So anybody can still win that division.
Yeah. I said it was an old school football play. Rockwell said, yeah, like the 40s.
But yeah, I'll say that's all I had.
Yeah, that division should be damn, what's the term? Relegated. Relegate them down to the SEC. Let them
go ahead and bring Georgia on up.
And go ahead, let us get Georgia, LSU, and Bama. Oh, we need 4 teams. Georgia, LSU, Bama, and shit. I guess let's take
I said, what, like A&M maybe?
Nah, I was thinking let's take Tennessee. Let's take Tennessee. They've been pretty solid the past 3 or 4 years again. Back, good old Rocky Top. Or we could take
yeah, I said we talking about putting people in.
Well, it's the SEC, so we gotta take Mississippi or Mississippi State.
I Ole Miss.
Because we gotta have some good old fashioned racism, just unabashed,
in your face.
Yeah, SEC style, Southeast style, straight up Southern hospitality, lack of.
Say only black people on the campus play sports.
Only, and clean up buildings.
Most definitely.
And most of them play sports too.
No brown people though. No brown people.
What? That's what we got. They the ones that run track and play football. Let's see here. Being in Texas, I totally see why they are Cowgirl fans. That organization is the least depressing entity in the entire state. Damn. It's a pretty big state.
Oh.
And you are on the other side of it, so how about them Cowgirls? Oh, well. Well, appreciate y'all. Catch y'all. I don't know. Maybe catch y'all next week or not. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. So Texas Relays concentrates the entire black population in Austin for one. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's word. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But all right. Y'all have a good one.